Hello and welcome to Sega News Bits. I'm Barry. With me is my CrossWorld pal, George.
I'm SpongeBob SquarePants.
And we are going to be talking briefly about our thoughts on the open network test of Sonic Racing CrossWorlds, which, in Sega's words, is still a beta. It's not the finished product, though we are 4 weeks out from the finished product, so I would not be shocked if it's fairly close. This was free to play on Switch, Xbox, PlayStation, and I believe PC. Is that correct?
Yep. Yeah, it was on Steam.
And from my experience, at least on Switch, I had to use that one because I was on vacation or I was on the road at the time. I did have to opt into that Nintendo Switch Online preview period just so I could play online. I don't know how other platforms did it, but I kind of thought it was kind of stinky that you have to pay to play a network test. I don't think that's Sega's fault. It's probably limitations with Nintendo.
Agreed. I think that's what it is.
Yeah, but I will not be paying for Nintendo Switch. I'll probably be playing the game on Xbox just because that's the best platform I have for it. But let's get into our first reactions. This was my first time playing the game. Was this your first time?
Yeah, it was my first time playing the game, and I was impressed because, I'll just say it. This game had a ton of content in it, and a lot of it was like the total opposite of the last Sonic Racing game, which basically had almost nothing. It almost felt like there was more characters playable in the beta than there was in the full game of the last Sonic Racing game. Or am I going crazy?
No, I mean, you're not exactly there, but it is true that Team Sonic Racing, for, them continually saying up to the release, it's an all Sonic game, there's no guest racers. Even then, they cut corners. They didn't have Charmy or Espio, but they had Vector, which made no sense to have Team Vector with, who was it? It was Silver and Blaze, which is just the weirdest thing. But in this one, there's a lot more characters. Cream is playable for, I believe, the first time since, Sonic Advance 3? Or Heroes or whatever? I guess Sonic
Heroes.
Advance 3.
One of those.
If she was in that one. But, it's just kind of wild that they have all these characters. I'm sure people will say, oh, she was in Riders. She probably was. But having said that, the riders are in this game, and not just them, but the hoverboards, which is so cool. I think the biggest Sonic surprises for me are having Sage being playable. I think that's really cool. And then, of course, for this network test, we did have Joker from Persona. Can you explain to me who this character is? Because I'll admit I've never played the Persona games.
So every time you play a Persona game, there's a protagonist. They're usually, I guess they gave them names now, but before in the past, it's just the RPG character. It's almost like the shell. But Joker is the one for Persona 5. He is, every single game always starts off, I don't think you ever live with your parents. I think in this one you I think your parents died. But regardless, you live with this guy that has a coffee shop and a cat. And it's always the whole Rugrats. I mean, not Rugrats. Which one is it? I guess there's some of these kids shows that don't show the parents or whatever, or don't have parents all the time. But
Muppet Babies did that.
Yeah, and so that's kind of like but yeah, Joker's just the lead protagonist in Persona 5. He's just a cool dude, I guess. I did think it was cool that the beta really did show you what you could expect for the full game all the way. So it has all the customization. It has the Joker event. It has 12 playable characters. And so it's kind of crazy that I'm just surprised at the amount of content they've added just to the beta. So I'm probably going to be even more impressed when the actual game comes out. I'm hoping that they just didn't put so much into this that when I get the game, I'm like, oh, okay. But one of the things people on the internet were kind of there's a few things about the gameplay that people didn't like, so I'll just say one thing. The rings when you hit the side of the gate of the thing when you drift. What's your take on that? Losing, how many times you lose rings?
I mean, it makes sense to lose rings in a Sonic game, though I think you do lose them quite a bit just by bumping into other players, bumping into walls. It does get a little chaotic, but I don't think it really hurt me because you're always collecting rings too. It's not like they, rings aren't sparse. There are quite a lot of them, so it's not as though you're like, man, I'm all out of rings. Plus, you don't die if you don't have rings, which is a good thing. One thing I really liked is the trick system. I like that you didn't come to a stop if you were doing a trick mid-landing, which I mean, I trained myself not to do in Transform, but here I'm like, oh, I can just go crazy right up to the point of landing it. It doesn't matter. I really like that.
I was going to say that's one of my things that I was surprised how forgiving this game is compared to Transform, because I remember pulling my hair out trying to get some of those trophies that were really hard, and you have to be pinpoint perfect, and then you hit a wave in the wrong angle, bam, your whole run is over. This one didn't seem to have those physics that the other one had. I thought there was a lot going on gameplay wise, so it's one of those things that I have to play more, because I'm trying to focus. I'm like, all right, so there's different tricks for the water and the plane. I mean, the plane, you have the little circle things that you go through.
Right.
And then you have to remember that every time you bump up, you can do a trick, so it gives you a boost. So you have to see those coming up in the race. And then I forget that there's items, so I'm almost like, there's so much going on, which is a good thing because it makes you want to play it over and over again to get better at it. But at the same time, I was surprised that people online were complaining that the game was too slow, and I'm like, I can't even keep up, guys. I can't keep up.
Right. I mean, we could talk at length about this. I know this is just a shorter impressions video, but I just will say that you're right. There's a lot going on in this game. I feel that the flight mode is probably the least exciting one, because I feel like unless I'm missing something, there's not as much going on there. But the boat mode, it's different, with the drifting being more of a jump where you then do tricks after your jump, which is interesting. There's different speed levels. We haven't even seen full speed yet. There's camera options. There's different modes. There's festival mode. So there's a lot going on in this game, and I think it's a true successor to Transformed, whereas Team Sonic Racing just kind of felt like Sumo's best race designers had moved on. Sonic Team was being incredibly lazy. But here, I'll just say that looking at the roster, we're going to have a total of, I believe, 56 characters.
Crazy.
Which is quite a lot. As far as Sonic and Sega ones, we're going to have at least 36. However, and that's all the Sonic ones. That's the monthly drops, which we're presuming are all Sega or Sega adjacent, like Hatsune Miku. And then we're going to have the Sonic Prime ones, so that's 39, because there's 3 characters there. And then there's rumors that it's going to be Tangle and Whisper, so that's 39, 40. So that's 41 Sonic and Sega characters, which is not bad, especially when you consider about, of that, 12 of them are non-Sonic, which is great. And then, of course, we have the... I have to count here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14 guest characters, and we've seen a lot of them are already Paramount with Legend of Korra, SpongeBob, Avatar, Ninja Turtles. Those are probably and Minecraft, and those are the least exciting to me. They just I think everyone deserves to give or needs to give an apology to Danica Patrick. Because as crazy as her addition was, she drove the Team Sonic or the Sonic Racing Transformed car in real life. There was actually a real connection there. But SpongeBob, the Ninja Turtles, the fact that they also have tracks, just kind of I don't know. I'd rather have Sega tracks. The Pac-Man track looks amazing, and yet honestly, I'd prefer to have a Outrun Pixel track instead of Pac-Man. So that's my only complaint about the game. Are there any final thoughts you have?
I will say I think I'm a little disappointed, just a little bit, about some of the like cutbacks they did on the game. Like the chows are like clapping at 1 frame per second. I don't know if that's like part of the charm of the level that they're trying to replicate, but it just looks weird. And like not having voices for these guest characters is a little bit of a bummer because it gives people more ammo to talk down on the game. I mean, it's not a deal breaker not hearing the annoying voice of SpongeBob when you're playing, but it would have added a little more to the quality because they already have so much content in it that it's just that those little things. And I had fun for what I played. I'm actually excited. I think I was gonna go in hating this game, to be honest with you, but then when I was playing the beta, I was like, all right, never mind. It's not transformed, but it actually might be a little bit better just because of the little things, you know. So we'll see. What about you?
Yeah, I'm looking forward to it. We're going to be playing the full game in less than a month, so I think I'm just going to sit back now and wait. I'm not going to be playing any more demos or betas. I want to play the finished game, so I'm looking forward to it.